Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Vikas Vij, and I'm the Managing Director of the Ideas Exchange. It's my pleasure on behalf of my team to welcome you to the 4th edition of the HR Leadership Congress. I'd like to start off by saying a big thank you to our event partners who made the HRLC possible this year. Our gold partner, the Aycliffe Leadership and Governance Centre, an international Asia-focused centre of excellence delivering practical and usable leadership and corporate governance programs which help companies to visibly improve their business performance. And Freedom, a cutting-edge financial planning agency that's focused on delivering people's dreams, goals, and aspirations, very similar to the purpose of those gathering in the room today. And before I introduce the HRLC, I'd like to highlight what we do at the Ideas Exchange and the philosophy underpinning the work we do and why we actually exist. So 3.5 years ago, I moved to India to set the Ideas Exchange up from scratch, when I had the choice of moving to any country in the world. And for some reason, which even today I'm still not 100% clear about, I said no to moving to places like Dubai, Singapore, Hong Kong, and even the US to launch a business in India. Some call it insanity. It could have been the weather, which despite the monsoon is much better than in London, the economic opportunities, my historical roots, or the rich and colourful culture. But it might just be that India is full of vibrancy, and simply put, it's truly alive. And during that movement of one continent to another, the seeds of the Ideas Exchange were sown. An idea which is a definite work in progress and under constant evolution. So what we have evolved to today is a commitment to make a difference to the way people and organizations function within India, starting with our own organization. And fundamentally, we at the Ideas Exchange believe that life's challenges, be they personal or work, can always be solved when one is committed to finding a solution. And we believe there's always another way, and what it takes to find that way is a coming together of minds committed to solving today's challenges and overcoming tomorrow's barriers. And that's a philosophy that underpins what we do and whichever business community we work with. Our aim is therefore to create annual gatherings, what we call Ideas Exchanges, to bring leaders together in order to address the challenges and identify practical solutions that you and your peers face today. And the Ideas Exchange we have lined up for today and tomorrow, the HR Leadership Congress, is our commitment to bring HR, L&D, and business leaders together to spend 2 days looking at some of the most pertinent people and talent development challenges facing corporate India today. And then from the research we've been conducting and conversations that I've been having with business leaders across the country, the number one challenge facing corporate India today, it's not the economy, it's not government policies, it's not even the corruption and fraud scandals, but the talent and skills deficit conundrum. In a country of over 1 billion people, businesses are struggling with finding and nurturing the talent pool to succeed. Now, one of the thoughts that may come to you is that within our audience, we have a gathering around 50, 60 leaders at best. So where's the rest of the community? A great question and something we've been dealing with for some time now. And what I can see from the conversations that we've been having, whether it be with the HR community or business leaders, the common denominator that seems to shine through is that the HR community is asleep to its responsibility. And I don't say that lightly. And what we believe they are asleep to is their true purpose, potential, and power, that of being of service and alive to the possibility of people. Therefore, our belief, which might counter conventional thought, is that the solution to this challenge doesn't necessarily lie with the CEO, the CFO, or the sales and marketing leaders, but with the HR function. And therefore, you in the audience, our HR leaders, are at the forefront of causing a breakthrough in corporate India. So I'd like to acknowledge each of you in the audience for taking the valuable time out to be engaged in the conversation of what is possible for you and your organizations. And the 50, 60, 70 of you in this room have the potential to impact tens of thousands in your organizations, who then have the potential to go on to galvanize tens of millions across India. So that's why the HRLC exists, so that we can bring a community of passionate, committed HR leaders together to not just engage, but actually fulfill on a conversation about what's possible. And I hope all of you fully participate in the conversations we've lined up over the next 2 days, which will take you from our keynote, Rajesh Peshwaria, discussing how you as HR leaders can be of service to your company, to a conversation led by Neil Sakera on how the HR team can manage change management and creating peace from chaos, to a very unique conversation led by Adil Malia on how leadership is only real when looked at through the lens of followership. And after 1.5 days of conversations, we spend the latter half of tomorrow with 4 great facilitators who are going to spend time with each of you, turning these ideas and conversations into practical action points, which you can then take away and start implementing within your organizations from Thursday morning, rather than getting stuck back in work life, too busy to reflect on what happened. And to ensure that the HRLC delivers on its commitment and is of value to you, I have one simple request: that the person sitting in your seat fully participates as much as possible the next 2 days. And if you're here to sit back and listen and wait for some inspiration, truly, that's not going to happen. If you really want to get value, then you need to be sitting at the edge of your seats, fully engaged, asking questions over the next 2 days and willing everyone to take the conversations to a deeper level. Now I'd like to introduce our chairperson for the day, Sangeeta Patel. Sangeeta is the head of learning and development at the Ideas Exchange. She's also a CEDA accredited mediator and a highly respected communicator with 18 years of experience as a trainer, counselor, manager, and performance coach. She's coached and trained thousands of people to work for their barriers to achieve their goals, from individuals to corporates. She's a degree in psychology and a master's in race relations, which combines her 2 passions of working and understanding people with creating a world where everyone's differences and skills are respected, appreciated, and maximized. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and over to Sangeeta.